Hello. So I am going to begin shortly. Probably not going to do a whole hour on here, but I'm going to talk about Beyonce and Meghan meeting. How did that go? And I'm going to do a little reading on Epstein Island, and if the people who are claiming they weren't associated with any funny business there are telling the truth or if they're lying. And I think the people that I'm referring to, you know. One of them's name starts with a D and the other person's name starts with an A. So we are going to expose people today. All right, so let's see. Just making sure this is on my channel okay. I'm watching a live from my other channel. Okay. And if I have time, I'll do pick a number for all signs. Let me just see. Hi, everybody who's joining. Thank you for coming. Okay. Hi, Alexandra, Mila, J. Rodriguez, Nicole, Katya, Verna, Cheryl, Millie, Joanne, Kelly. Hi, guys. All right. So let me do the first one. Okay. So Beyonce and Meghan met the other day at the Lion King premiere. Oh, I realized what a mess is behind me. All right, you know what? I don't care. This is just the way I am. Anyways, Beyonce and Meghan met the other day at the premiere of The Lion King, and they seemed like they were friendly. They seemed like they were very happy to meet each other. And, you know, they exchanged greetings. People are saying Meghan shouldn't have hugged her or, you know, they shouldn't have been so friendly. But I really think this is one of those situations. They're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. Because, and then if Meghan just walked by Beyonce, people would be like, oh, Meghan snubbed Beyonce. So I honestly don't think there was any right decision she could have made that people would be happy with, like people who bash her a lot. So that's my personal take on that. But let me just see. Let me just see a video of them to show you before I do the reading. Okay, so this is when she first meets Beyonce, and they're saying, "We love you guys" to Meghan about Meghan and Harry. That's at the Lion King premiere, and that's Meghan with Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's what I'm talking about, just so you guys know. They look happy. Beyonce's holding her dress down, I think, to like be respectful of for the royal protocol. They said she broke protocol or something, but I think she's trying to, you know, because she knows that they have to follow formalities. She was holding like the side of her skirt down. And then they're just, you know, they did a little meet and greet and they stood there for a little while. So, anyways, that's what I'm talking about. And it's at the Lion King premiere because Beyonce lends her voice in that movie. So let's just get a quick reading on the major arcana from the Enchanted Tarot. Or no, these are the secrets of tarot. Major arcana only. What was the general energy of that meeting between the two of them? Okay. So it was something that was bound to happen. Judgment is like pending finality, like this was going to happen. It was anticipated for a while that they were going to eventually meet. Hanged Man is like they felt like things were kind of up in the air about something, but it was like an intuitive, happy, they connected, I think, at an emotional level, even though they met really briefly. It was kind of like, hi, I know you and I like you. And it was like mutually, beneficial for both of them, and mutually they felt the same. This speaks about emotions and intuitions. And then the sun is positivity. So that's just the quick energy read of it with the major arcana. So let's just ask the Gypsy Witch Oracle or Tarot deck. Well, it's an Oracle deck. So let's just see how that went. Okay. Okay. So overall, they were in celebration, right? This is celebrating the movies coming out, the premiere, etc. Gaiety with the wine, right? However, there's bad news. I think this is talking about the bad press. And then the mountain is the mountain that one has to climb, the obstacles one has to climb over. This sky talks about loss, quarreling, disagreements. But the tree and the clover talk about positivity, growth, and good luck. I think this is reflecting. So these are reflecting the positivity, good luck, right? The celebration, the positivity, good luck, clover, good luck, growth, tree, celebration, wine. That's talking about their actual meeting. This is like the bad press surrounding it, and then the quarreling associated with that, and then the mountain to overcome that. So there was good press about it, like being optimistic, and then there was negative press, because of course there always is negative press about this woman. And why people are so obsessed with that, I really don't know. But anyways, there's always some kind of bad press about her, and so I think that's reflecting the bad press about it. The people who are nitpicking, like, why did she talk to Beyonce so long? I think it was for like 2 minutes. It wasn't even that long. But anyways, and overall was good. They felt lucky to meet each other. They felt, a sense of enjoyment and gaiety. It was successful. It was a successful meeting with the bear. Now we can ask the cards just in general, because there's all these news reports going around saying it's not good that Harry and Meghan are making themselves too Hollywood. I don't know whether I agree or disagree with that. Honestly, I'm not a Meghan basher, never have been. I actually do a lot of nice videos about her, but this is just a question with people who care. And not to sound so mean or anything or cynical, but I quite frankly, like, if she wants to be a celebrity or whatever, go ahead. I don't care. I'm just asking just to ask. So let's see. Is this a bad look? Is this a bad look for, let me just check the comment section before I do that question. So I'm going to ask, is this a bad look for the royal family to be too Hollywood, to see too many celebrities, to hang out with them too much, etc.? That's what I'm going to ask. Let me just see the comment section. Okay. So I don't see any comments that I can respond to. Let me just see. Yeah, well, Nicole, your point that she's stuck in a hard place, it's different now that she's royal, but she used to be in Hollywood. That makes sense. All right. So let's see. I mean, that makes sense. I think it's probably hard in general. She remarked to Pharrell, you know, that artist Pharrell. She mentioned that it's hard with all the, essentially with all the criticism that people make of her. She alluded to that by what she said. So she does know about all the bad press that goes on around her, and it probably is hard. So let's just see overall, is it a good look for them to associate too much with celebrities, et cetera, et cetera? Is that bad or good for the monarchy? Okay, so Four of Wands, they're putting on a very united front, her and Harry together, a very united front together. Crowning the situation is the Princess of Wands reversed. So that could indicate somebody who's maybe not making, they put on a front currently, that's what they're showing. Front isn't the right word. They put on a face that they are very united together. That's positive for the monarchy, but what's crowning them is like, this is on their minds. This is like what they're thinking of or what they're being led by. Like maybe they're a little worried that of some of their actions, like, or somebody is worried that their actions are a little too impulsive, because this is the Prince of Wands in the original tarot deck. And it indicates impulsiveness, right? Going forward, taking risks and chances. In the reverse, it's like too impulsive. So what's supporting them is the Queen of Cups reversed, which indicates not always using your intuition, not always going from that place of what you feel is right, just kind of like ignoring deep down what you really feel is right. It's not listening to your intuition when the Queen of Cups is reversed. In the past is the Star reversed. In the future is the King of Wands reversed. In the past is Strength upright. And in the future is the Eight of Wands upright. In the past is the Two of Cups. And in the future is the Eight of Swords. See, this card I used to get from Meghan a lot. So anyways, I'm going to explain them. So how I said is like, this is what's supporting them. It's like not using your intuition all the time. In the past, it's like, don't lose hope, right? You found love, Two of Cups. And then the Strength card indicates a Leo. So I think this is talking about Meghan not losing hope, right? The Star reversed, and finding love in the past, okay? That's just talking about what led them to this situation, right? That she found her love, she married him, etc. In the future, the Eight of Wands upright is like things going like at a fast pace. They're all coming at you at once, right? That could be good, that could be bad. The King of Wands is reversed. This is a man who is unsettled, unhappy. Sometimes a red-haired man can refer to Harry, could also refer to somebody else in the family. And then somebody kind of feeling trapped. Eight of Swords. The theme of the situation right now is fulfillment. Nine of Pentacles. So it's kind of like a little bit of a conflicting message, because at the heart of the situation, Nine of Cups, the reverse, is like not getting your wishes that you thought you would get. Like all that glitters isn't gold. And then not feeling rested is underneath that, Four of Swords. And then underneath the theme is like you feel fulfilled, but then the home foundation is not there. Like the Ten of Pentacles reversed is like the foundation isn't there. So I think it's essentially saying that, yeah, she found her love in the past, but currently the decisions that they're making, even though they're putting on a very positive image of a united couple together, right? The Four of Wands, like this united couple, a lot of the decisions are not intuitively made. And in the future, things are going to start to go at a rapid pace that's going to somehow upset a male associated with the situation. That would indicate to me Harry, and then somebody feeling kind of like trapped. I think that indicates like Meghan feeling trapped, although she feels this fulfillment because she has the child, Archie. It's like this old life, new life, feeling trapped between things. But these cards aren't really, let me just ask them again. So is this a good thing or a bad thing to become too celebrity, as the news articles say? Not my opinion. Again, I honestly, either way, what they want to do, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. Just asking because the news articles mention this, and I don't read the articles. I see the titles. I don't really like reading them because I feel like they're a lot of them are kind of mean, and also like I don't care to. I see the titles though, but anyways. So I'm getting off on a tangent. So let's see. So is this a good thing or a bad thing that they're making the royal family more celebrity, like meeting Beyonce, Jay-Z? Okay, Three of Pentacles, that's being recognized for your work. Two of Cups, their love. Three of Cups, the celebration. And then the middle of the deck is the Princess of Cups reversed. Odd. And then the bottom of the deck talks about releasing the burden, Ten of Wands. Let's just split it in half and see. Okay. And then the middle of the deck talks about the Wheel of Fortune reversed. That's kind of like karmic cycle, negative karmic cycle, or like a cycle that needs to happen, but it's not happening. They're not getting to the next level, or something's not getting to the next level. It doesn't have to be them. Princess of Cups reversed, but the Three of Cups. So overall, this is good. It's okay. So overall, I'm going to go with the fact that these cards are mostly positive. It overall is not a bad thing. It's not a terrible thing as the news articles are claiming for the modern monarchy, right? But again, this emotional unfulfillment, lack of fulfillment, Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Hearts or Cups reversed. This is a lack of emotional fulfillment and also not being totally genuine with emotions. So I think the media picks her apart so much. It's kind of indicating to me they are recognized for their work. They're recognized for their relationship, particularly because it's an interracial relationship. You know, and that's very positive because that hasn't happened for a long time within the royal family. The last one was Charlotte, right? So that was a while since that's happened. And, you know, people are very much in celebration overall of the love. They're very supportive of it. However, there's some kind of insincerity with somebody, Princess of Cups, Princess of Hearts, why they like why they're always picking. So that's what I'm getting. I'm not necessarily getting that it's horrible, like the news articles are claiming. Yeah, but I am getting the lack of fulfillment in the future, like I've always gotten the being unhappy in the future, whenever that is, keeps coming up. But that's nothing new. You know, my readings have always kind of said that about this relationship. It's not anything that's changed in the future. That's it. So, and I don't hope that happens to them. I hope they stay together. I mean, like I said, it doesn't affect me. Why would I want them to break up or, you know, be that affected if they stayed together or broken up? I'm not affected. So what I read from the cards is what I read from the cards. But that's what I got. Let's see. So now let's ask something a little bit more controversial, not a Meghan and Harry question, or a Kate and William question, or a Charles and Camilla question, even though I should do the outlier members of the royal family more, even though they're not outliers, but you know, according to the media, they are, because everything right now about the royal family is Harry, Meghan, like it was Kate, William for a while when he married Kate. Remember when she was in every magazine for her style back when he first married her, kind of like they're doing with Meghan. So anyways, let's ask about the controversial Epstein Island. And if those, I'm not going to name names, but you know who I'm talking about. If those, the only name I'm naming is Epstein. If the people who claim they were not associated with any shenanigans there are telling the truth, or if they are lying, I'm going to do card reading on that. So this is a question for anybody who has been recently accused of going to Epstein Island and using the services that he was providing there. And if you guys know what the services were, is that he allegedly was providing services of some allegedly underage girls as basically underage prostitutes. Now, I don't know if some of them were trafficked or if they were willing, but even willing when they're underage, it's not legal. So either way, it's messed up. But let's just ask. This is a dark topic, so I'm going to try to get through it as fast as possible because I can feel that type of energy when I do those kinds of readings. So let's just ask. Okay, so is this founded in reality? These claims that people are making about, let me just shuffle it a bit better because I just did a Harry Meghan reading. the people are making about an individual who is in politics and an individual who is in the royal family. So those two people, is it true or is it a lie, the claims made about them, the alleged activities that they did? Okay, so Two of Swords just slipped up, reverse. This means double-edged sword. It's when you're in a situation where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. What's looking at me on the bottom of the deck is the moon, which means secrets. And then on the top of the deck is the Seven of Cups reverse, which means overwhelmed with many options and releasing the fantasy or illusion. And then while I was saying that, in the middle of the deck is trying to find peace again, Four of Swords. Okay, so let's just actually pull them out. But that just came out, so I wanted to read all sections of the deck that I read. So let's just see. Okay, so this will be the middle of the situation. This is judgment, the final decision and judgment made about somebody. Crowning the situation is the Four of Pentacles, refusal to let go and greed. Foundation of the situation is a Ten of Pentacles, happy, stable home. That's interesting. Behind the situation is the Eight of Cups, disappointment, walking away from something, never looking back. In front of the situation is the Devil, reversed. Behind the situation is the Nine of Pentacles, reversed, lack of fulfillment. In front of the situation is the Tower. Behind the situation is the Five of Swords. In front of the situation is the Six of Pentacles. And the bottom of the situation is not using good judgment. Middle of the situation is the Ace of Cups. Okay, not middle of the situation, middle of the deck. This is the final judgment that people are making about such individuals, or the final judgment call, whether they are guilty or not. This is the home that wants to maintain stability despite judgment, the four walls of the home to protect the person. It's symbolic of protected in your castle, you know, being the king of your castle or queen of your castle, you know, having all of that support and that backing. But what's on the minds of the accused is refusing to let go, holding on to perhaps an image of oneself. In the past is the disappointment and thus walking away from something for good because of feeling like you can't handle it anymore. Five of Swords, you can't handle the overwhelm anymore, and a lack of fulfillment due to something. The future is very interesting because the future talks about wanting to be recognized for your good deeds, despite the looming devil energy of the past with this big shakeup of the Tower. And the theme of this whole situation is not using good judgment. And the core of the situation is the importance of listening to your intuition and your heart. So, mixed. I don't really know actually what I'm getting from this, aside from the fact that it seems like somebody has a guilty conscience and they want to really hold on to the image that they're projecting to others, but there was some kind of temptation that was released from the past involved in the situation. But whether or not something was actually done, it's not really saying yes or no. Let me just see. I'm going to take out some of these Gypsy Witch cards. Okay, so behind the situation is the happy home. Middle of the situation is the obstacle or mountain to climb. Foundation is the riches of the fish. Crowning is the lion, shock and bad news on their minds. And in the future is the tree, love and growth. In the past is the birds. The birds foretell misfortune, and the birds also gossip. And in the future, the symbol of riches, the ship, talks about inheritance, and it talks about taking a voyage somewhere. And the bottom of the situation, or the theme of the situation, talks about thievery, loss that is irretrievable, and recovery after extreme difficulties. They should have really called this card the rat, because when you think of rats, you think of like thievery, you know, cunning, conniving, stealing things. Mice do that too, but you more negatively generally think of rats that way. And then the middle of the deck is the rapiers. They warn against assault. So here's what I see. In the past, such individuals wanted to portray a happy home. Everything looks good on the surface. That was not the reality. The birds sing of misfortune. They sing of the truth, the negativity of a situation. It's kind of like, they should, you know, I would really like, I really have to at some point make a deck, because I have so many good ideas for how to retranslate different symbols on each deck that I've worked with and compile it into my own. Maybe actually I should just do an oracle deck, not a tarot deck, and like make my own symbols, because this to me seems more like it should have been called the raven. Even though I love ravens and I think they're a positive animal totem, in some people's view they're negative, and in the Edgar Allan Poe view of them, they are harbingers and warners of like bad things to come. And these birds, it's kind of the description of the birds in this deck is essentially saying the same thing, but I think a raven would look more foreboding. Or maybe like call it crow instead, and then the raven can be something special and mystical, like positive, and the crow will be like the negative harbinger. But in the Edgar Allan Poe poem, the raven is like saying nevermore, nevermore, and it's like warning about things and like in an eerie, creepy way, like talking about how this guy's love is never going to come back or something like that. Well, that's not what it literally relates to here in the tarot card reading, but it's still talking about negativity chatted about by the birds, right? So it's like, okay, this is the happy home that we're trying to project in the past, right? But somebody wasn't fulfilled with their home life somehow. And then they started to feel a little overwhelmed, where they felt like they had to walk away from something for good. Maybe it was that lifestyle, right? Projecting the happy home, but the birds are saying something different. That's in the past. The current situation is overcoming the obstacle of the mountain and the judgments those people in the world are making about these individuals. The lion indicates bad luck and shock from bad news. The fish is at the foundation of the current situation, which talks about riches and wealth and notoriety and fame, and wanting to maintain that through the structure of the stability of the home. The future is talking about, look at this, indulgence reverse, which indicates that in the past, was the energy that was going on there, the devil. And it's not a positive card in this deck. I made a deck where it was pan, but the definition in this deck is not good. And especially when paired with the tower, it's like things shaken up, crumbling down, the foundation, right? This was what's intended in the present, right? But the foundation, this is in the present, supporting the person and their desire to maintain the fame and the riches, right? And the home. But the future is like, well, this is just falling apart. And the person wants to maintain the sense of fulfillment and recognition from others. They want to maintain this feeling of love, etc. They want to maintain their riches, etc. Perhaps like get out of the public eye a bit, because the ship talks about moving away from something, whether it's on a far journey or just moving away, right? But the cards say something different. When they talk about the overall theme of the situation, they say there is a theft, there is some kind of loss, there is some kind of stealing of something with the mice or the rats. And then the meat heart of the situation at the center of the deck talks about assaults. And it warns that sooner or later, assaults will occur, whether they be distant or far from the person. So to me, what this is saying is that, yes, somebody is guilty. Again, it's alleged, it's not fact, this is spiritual. It's only for entertainment, but according to my cards, it says yes. what was actually physically done, I mean, there's different levels of what people can do, and I'm not going to get into that on my channel. But, you know, that's what they're saying. So anyways, let's just take out a few more cards just to get an overall general consensus or theme from this reading. What was the general theme of this reading? Coming out from being left out in the cold, Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, trying to maintain stability, maintain a marriage. Two of Wands reversed, feeling that there's not balance. Emperor reversed, somebody in a position of authority who is not very happy. King of Wands, again, reversed, somebody in a position of authority who is not happy. Just going to keep repeating it. So according to the cards, there was something that was done that's not being revealed to the public, something that somebody is lying about. What that thing is, I'm not getting into the nitty-gritty details. This is a very heavy subject. I don't really want to get into the graphic details, asking my cards what these people actually did, but there is something that we're not being told that some individual associated with this man did or was associated with and is pretending they didn't have association, right? So that's all I'm going to say. Hi, Yolanda. Thank you for that nice compliment. Thank you, Verna, Westy, Tammy, Cynthia. Yes, the cards don't lie, and they are saying something, and you guys can put it together and figure out. You could rewatch this reading and make your own interpretations on overall what I'm saying, but, you know, just to keep my channel fairly mainstream, I always say this, I don't like to go too much into the nitty-gritty details of some of these controversial topics, but once in a while I do them for you guys because, you know, you want to know. So that's it. Anyways, so let's just do a general, what do you need to know right now reading for everybody who's watching, no matter what sign you are, from Cancer all the way to, you know, from Cancer all the way to Gemini. You can resonate with this reading no matter what sign you are. What do you need to know right now? Any sign, all 12 signs, anybody who watches this at any moment in time. You could watch it 3 years from now, 3 days from now, 3 hours from now, and it will resonate with you because it's meant for any moment. So what do you need to know right now? I like these cards lately because I feel like because they have more negative cards in them, when you get good cards, you're like, okay, this must be the truth because it's likely that I get a negative one too, right? So that's why I like them lately. I feel like they tell things like it really is, you know? You see how it had like the mixed cards with Beyonce and Meghan, like good because they were happy to see each other, but then it was reflecting the energy around them from others. So let's see, what does everybody need to know right now? Everybody who's watching, everybody who is watching. Okay. So the key talks about success and it talks about unlocking doors, right? It talks about unlocking something from the old into the new, going from one place to the next place. Could talk about a figurative archetypal place in your life. Unlocking the door with the key. Crowning the situation is ill luck on your mind. This does not mean you're having ill luck because this is not in the future placement, but it talks about maybe you've been thinking about the bad luck you've gone through, but you're supported by good luck, you see? And in the past, you felt like you had found your love. The tree talks about love and longings maybe, or you felt like you found your profession or calling in life. You found like what was meant for you in the past. And in the future, you're going to receive news. In the past, you felt like there was some kind of change you had to make, maybe a change of residence or a change of job. In the future, you're going to hear some news. There's going to be some kind of loss, but you're going to write a new chapter to the story in the book. Okay, in the past, you felt like you were successful, you had this new love, you had this new start, maybe a new child, maybe a new job. There was something new because the stork talks about something new, the bear talks about success, the park or tree talks about love and longing. There was someone or something you really loved in the past. However, you're unlocking the gateway to something different now, supported by good luck. Even though you felt like you've gone through some bad luck or you're anticipating bad luck, there is going to be something that you lose in the future. But in order for you to lose something, you replace it with something. Life takes away things and then gives you something else. God takes away something and then gives you something else, right? Good tidings with the letter is going to be brought to you. A new chapter within the book. A new story to tell. This is for the women who are watching. Woman, you will have a long and happy life. You will have extraordinary honors and fame, or it could just mean you're going to be recognized for something positive in your life. And there's going to be a new chapter that's written about something. But let's just get more details because this is a little general right now. Interesting. So it's more so saying that bad luck is something that you're worrying about, but it's not really bad luck. It's the loss of something in the future that is going to occur. That's probably why you're having, whoever's watching, intuitions about this. But it's not really bad luck. It's like I said, God takes something away and replaces it with something else. That's kind of what's going to happen in the future. King of Cups reversed was somebody dating somebody narcissistic or maybe emotionally manipulative. It's time to manifest something new, the Magician. Time to manifest true happiness, Six of Cups. Perhaps with a King of Pentacles. Because it's time to release this past negative lover situation or love triangle and release the worrying and the nightmare. Okay, so the meat of the situation indicates worry, right? But you're releasing worry. That's the heart of the situation. That's at the middle of the deck. Releasing the Nine of Swords. Also releasing this negative lover situation. So either you were in a love triangle or you were dealing with somebody who was a cheater or you were dealing with somebody who just was nasty and like triangulating you with people at work. They had flying monkeys that were out to attack you. So it could be somebody at work or a lover. And this person was very emotionally manipulative. King of Cups could be a man, could be a woman with masculine energy because it's the King of Cups. Well, King of Hearts in this deck, but it's the King of Cups. This was that person. Well, the cards are saying it's time to manifest something different with the Magician. Not all is what it appears. It's time to manifest a happier life, more innocence, more fun-loving energy. And the person that might be right for you is a King of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Doesn't have to be those signs, though. It can be any man or female with a masculine energy who is good with their money. In the positive, they could be very supportive, very consistent, very say what they mean what they say. In the negative, maybe a little cheap, maybe a little overly cautious, maybe a little boring sometimes. But that type of person, and don't only focus on earth signs because other parts of their chart can affect them having more Pentacles energy or earth energy. So somebody could say they're a Cancer or a Pisces or like a Leo, and then they have like a ton of Virgo in the chart or Taurus or something or Capricorn, and then come across more like a King or Queen of Pentacles. So that's why I say don't always focus just on somebody's sign. So they're going to have this energy, the good person, and bring this happy sense of fulfillment again that you can manifest after relieving yourself from the narcissist. And if it's not a love situation, as I said, it could just be finding a job with a better boss who's more of a Pentacles boss than a Cups boss, or getting away from a Cups type of person at work and, colluding. I don't know if colluding is the right word because I think that's a negative word. Combining your forces with a Pentacles energy, like, partnering up with them at work. So it can be one or the other. It could be love or it could be a work situation. But I'm leaning towards love just because the cards were Cups more so, and I was feeling, but I want people to be able to relate to this if it's other life situations, not just love. It can also relate to family members too. If you're going through something with somebody, it's talking about manifesting a change. removing yourself out of their existence if you're dealing with a narcissistic, emotionally manipulative person. Cynthia, well, you just described my bus driver. Oh, you're funny. Well, it could be. It can relate to anybody. You know, generally when people watch tarot readings, they relate it more to love, which usually is what it can resonate with. But it's really just if you're watching this video and you resonate with me and you resonate with the reading, it can relate to a lot of different things. So, oh, I'm sorry, Nicole, your phone is acting up. That sucks. I'm sorry. Okay. So I hope it works better. Verna, thank God, not in a relationship, huh? Okay, so I guess that's what I have for now for tonight, you guys. I'm going to get off of here. I hope you guys liked this, and I wanted to do something different, so I talked about Epstein Island. I'm going to be staying, you'll probably see this background or me outside in the nature for the next couple weeks. There'll be more New York scenes probably around September. But for now, you're just going to see this room I'm staying in, or like outside in the plants. Definitely for, oh my gosh. Well, we have a few minutes. So definitely for Witchy Wednesday, I have to do a ritual with you guys because it is Wednesday. So let me try to think of a ritual that we could do. Hold on. Okay. So if you have a tarot deck, well, actually, just a second. Let me just go get something. All right, there we go. If you have a tarot deck, that's good. If not, then you can just like write down what it is you want on a piece of paper. But I'm going to do like a little manifesting ritual. So I have the Magician looking at me at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to use this card because this card is very much about the law of attraction, manifesting change, manifesting things for yourself. So we're going to do like a manifestation ritual. So you can get a tarot card that has like the Magician on it, or the High Priestess, whichever one you prefer. But I think Magician is better because High Priestess is a very powerful card, but it's more so about using your intuition, whereas this is like actually using the power of the universe to actually physically change things with your thoughts. Whereas the High Priestess is just about listening to your heart. So this is good for manifesting. So either pull one out of a deck, or you can make your own Magician card, get an index card and draw an image of the Magician on it, just as you would like it's a tarot card. And then you can, is this how, okay, I had it lit earlier, that's why. Then you say, element of fire, carry my desires. Okay, so the candle's lit, see? And you put the candle over the card, tarot card, or the image of the Magician that you draw. And then you take some salt. So this is Salem salt that my best friend got me, but you can also order it on Amazon, or you could just use regular white table salt if you feel like it's going to work. If you doubt it and don't feel like it's going to work, then buy some from Amazon. If you can't get to Salem or a spiritual place, they have Salem salt on Amazon. Or you can just say just regular white spell salt. You don't have to buy Salem salt. And then take a little bit of it and you just say, okay, so then you just say, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, Michael, around and about me, the white wings of the angels, spirits of the white light, protect me. And then you just go like that. You could put it around a circle around you. I don't do that anymore. I used to. And so then you say, element of fire, carry my desires. And you could say a little chant. I have wonderful work with wonderful pay. I do a wonderful job in a wonderful way. I have wonderful work with wonderful pay. I have a wonderful job with wonderful pay. I do wonderful work in a wonderful way. Right? And you say that 3 times, and then you just concentrate and look at the candle, and then you just let it burn on the tarot card. Or you can say something like, love comes to me, true love comes to me, true love comes to me. This is my wish and will, so mote it be. So either you could say that I have a wonderful, I have a wonderful job with wonderful pay. I do wonderful work in a wonderful way. Or you could say, love comes to me, true love comes to me. This is my wish and will, so mote it be. And then you just leave it on the magician, and you concentrate on the energy of manifestation in the magician, and you just let the candle burn. And that's it. That's just a quick little ritual. I would have prepared more, but I didn't realize it was Wednesday. I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, so that's just something you could do. And the chants that you say, you could just write it on a little piece of paper and put it on the wall too. Or you can frame it if you want it to look pretty. Just to remind yourself to say it when you see it. Eccentricity, you don't have to use sea salt. You can use table salt even if you feel like it'll work for you. It just depends on if you feel like it'll work. If you have doubt in it, don't use it. Use something. If you need something special, like if you need to go on Amazon and buy Salem salt to believe that it will work, then go on Amazon and buy Salem salt. If you need to go on Amazon to buy special Wiccan salt, go on Amazon and buy Wiccan salt. If you need to buy Himalayan pink rock salt to feel like it'll work, then go buy that. It's just really what you resonate with and what you feel like will work. So that's it. So it's a quick one. I'll do something more elaborate next Wednesday because I almost forgot. And I don't want to miss Wednesdays because I did promise I was going to do a ritual every Wednesday to show you guys. And we had a huge full moon last night. And I was excited because my cousin, who is Navajo, she gave me, I have a cousin who's half Navajo. She gave me some braided, I'll get it, hold on a second. She gave me some sweetgrass that her aunt braided for her. She had this in her car. And it smells actually really good. So that's good to keep around you for protection and good luck and stuff. There's actually really similar things that ancient Celtic people and Native Americans use in rituals. Well, American Indians, she calls herself personally Indian. That's what they say, but the proper term Native American. There are similar things like using stones and herbs and different things like that. Very similar to old like Celtic, Irish, Scottish stuff, even though it was in a totally different continent and existed separate from that culture before, people came over here. Because we talk about it and it's interesting, some of the parallels, and even crows as an animal symbol are similar with Native Americans and Celtic people too. So anyways, that's some sweetgrass she gave to me. So I just had my sweetgrass on the full moon and I just said a few affirmations and that was it. I don't always go all out with my rituals and stuff. Sometimes I do if I feel like it, and then other times I'm a little bit of a lazy witch and I just kind of like say things real quick and then go to sleep. So it depends on how I feel about it. Nicole, witches could be in every culture. I don't think it really matters. They could be in every. All that means is just somebody as a woman who is wise to things and is very intuitive and participates in some kind of rituals like that, or does rituals personal to her. It doesn't have to be exactly like what I do, or what my cousin likes or what my best friend likes. It's just, what is personal to her. And if she feels that she identifies that way, it could be in any culture, any continent, US, before it was US, US now, Africa, Europe, anywhere, Asia. Australia. Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys my sweet grass. It smells really good. I have to find a better place to put it because right now it's just on a cedar chest with a bunch of coats in it. So, but anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. And yeah, I'll say it one more time. For the money incantation or the good luck or job incantation, I have a wonderful job with wonderful pay. I do wonderful work in a wonderful way with harm to none, and say it as many times as you'd like. And for the love, send me love, send me love, send me true love. Send true love to me, so mote be. Send me love, send me love, send me true love, send true love to me, so mote be. And you can just keep saying something along those lines as many times as you want. You can also burn some sage when you do it. I have little sage incense sticks. And that's about it. And always, like, for protection, either say guardians of the white light, or you could say that with Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Michael. If you don't want to say that because you don't believe in angels, you could just say guardians of the white light. That's just general. And that's it. Nicole, look up this Nicole Z, Germanic witches. Look up the story because she says, I meant in the past history. I don't hear a lot of them in their culture. You meant in the past. Look up Vasilisa. I think that is a legend about a witch who gives a doll to a little girl or something, and I think that is Germanic. I'm not sure. It might be Russian actually, but it's like more East or Central Europe. It's kind of a creepy song, but I like it. A little weird. It's by well, there's a rendition of it by Wendy Rule. She's a pagan singer. She sings songs from all over the different cultures all over the world and compiles them from different inspirations of things, kind of like Lorena McKenna does. But Wendy Rule is Australian, and she's a little bit more outwardly like a witch, whereas Lorena McKenna doesn't really say she is, but you can kind of tell she has influences of that. They're both world musicians, and like she has a song. That's how I found out about basically the legend of Vasilisa, or Vasilisa. I think I'm saying it right. It's like this creepy little doll that this girl has or something, and it's like given to her by a witch, or the doll has a spirit in it or something, and it's like, I believe it might be Germanic. Either it's Germanic, I don't know. It might be Hungarian, but it's over in that general section. So anyway, and I know that Germany and Hungary and Russia are different. My sister-in-law is Hungarian, but I'm just saying, like, you know, sometimes you get that area confused. Like people, they confuse Scottish and Irish people all the time, and I'm both. So anyways, but does anybody have any last question or anything? Not for cards, but just about how to do rituals or anything like that? Do you have like a question about anything to use before I get off of here? Okay, everybody's very quiet. I don't want to feel like I ignore people, because I felt like some people get upset with me, not on here, but it was on another night. Sometimes people get upset that they feel like I ignore them. So let me just look through the comments really quick. Oh, Kelly's so sweet, so supportive. Thank you for making those comments about the chart. Nicole Z, the deck I had made, I still can release the Major Arcana deck, but like I said, the whole thing with the state taxes and all that BS, to the people there was 3 people, I believe, that I promised it to because they ordered the reading and then wanted the deck, and then just to pay for the shipping. I will, once I eventually, whenever I make the deck, I will send it to those 3 people that I said I would, and then you just pay for shipping. But as far as like selling it to people with a tax on it and stuff, I really, I mean, it's a pain in the ass to do state taxes and all that stuff, like sales tax, because you know, you pay your taxes like state and federal when you have a side business or a regular business, you have to. of course. But when you start selling an actual product, not just your services, they put sales tax on it, and it's such a pain in the ass. That's honestly why I haven't made them yet. That, and I have a bunch of other stuff I have to do with my separate therapy career. So, but I didn't forget that I said that to you, Nicole. And I'm thinking like I actually would like to make an oracle deck. Let me just look at the comments a little bit more. Joanne, it doesn't matter what Harry and Meghan do, someone is going to put a negative spin on it. True, which is why I don't add to the negative spin. It's very dark, hateful energy, and I don't go on that train. So, Yolanda, hi Naomi, I've been with you. I like your frankness. Thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate that you like it. Thank you. Red is your color from beans. Thank you. It's dark orange, and thank you anyway. Thank you. Nicole, for you, I meant for your own personal use. Oh yeah, I use those still, but I didn't forget you as far as what I said though too, and I think it was you I spoke to in the email. Was it you I spoke to in the email? I don't remember. I have to go look through the email again. I have 3 of them that I told people who bought. They bought the It was when I was saying with the $100 reading that if they ordered it, when I did make cards, I'd send it for free. They just have to pay shipping. It was 3 people that sent me emails. I'm getting confused. I'll just look at my emails. That's why I don't delete my emails. Plus, you have to save them anyway for the end of the year, just in case. So, all right, so I'm going to get off here because I didn't see anything else with a question. I just want to make sure people weren't ignored. Could I look into what, PB? Good night, Nicole. She is being billed. PB, I actually have looked into that, and I've said things about that multiple times. I mean, I can look into it again. If Meghan was told her life would be different. I've mentioned that several times, that Harry was coming up specifically as kind of telling her royal life was different than what it was. I have mentioned that a bunch of times actually on the channel, that it was like she wasn't told the reality of what royal life was like, and she felt kind of like, whoa, you know. But I've never done a full reading only on that topic. It's just kind of come up in, like, you know, usually with the cards, it would come up. I think in a few readings, it came up in the past, like this is what she felt like in the past, or this is what she was told in the past, and this is the present kind of thing. No, she's not. Yeah. I mean, people always get into this thing about her father all the time to justify why they hate her, but I still don't hate a person just because they have not a good relationship with their dad. I don't know all the details. I'm not in people's homes to hear the exact conversations that she had with her mother about her father or what happened with that. And I quite frankly don't care enough to like hate somebody just because of a thing with their father. Like, I don't get it, honestly. I never did. And I just do readings because about it, like I always repeat on this channel, just because it's a popular topic. People want to hear it, but I try to stay true to myself as much as I can, especially now, which is to be more supportive. I am a counselor. I have a mental health degree. I'm naturally a person who's going to be more supportive. I'm not somebody who likes to tear people down. So that's what it is. But I do think that there was something with her that was misled as far as what she was told about how the life was going to be. And yes, there is a lot of vitriol thrown at her, and people justify it by saying, look how she treated her dad. Look what she did to her dad. It's like, but you don't know the whole story. It's two sides to every story. So that's that. But I try not to throw in that opinion too much either because, just to stay unbiased. But everybody, as I always say on this channel, everybody has a bias, and it's a lie that they claim they don't. Like, I kind of laugh to myself when I see some tarot readers like, we're just looking into the situation, totally unbiased. No, you're not totally unbiased. We're all human. We all have a bias. So it's just, you have to keep it in check. Like, okay, I'm thinking this in this card, or even when you're doing therapy with somebody, like, oh, okay, I'm feeling this with the client because of this experience I've had. You just have to examine it. Like in therapy, we call it transference and countertransference, which is the same thing as like having a bias. So if a therapist can have transference and countertransference, of course a tarot reader can have bias. So anyways, have a good night, you guys. I just got off on a tangent talking to PB, but yeah, I might do a reading just on that if you guys are interested in that. But I have mentioned that already. It came up in my card several times. Like I said, that, yeah, she was told something different. So anyways, my readings are for entertainment only. They are not fact. They are not proven. And I'm not responsible for any actions or decisions people make after my readings. There are no fixed outcomes. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want your own reading, go to naomitarot.com, and I'm offering the sale 2 questions for $40, 3 questions for $55 until July 31st. If you'd like your reading, go to my website, and you can email me at naomitarot1199@gmail.com if you have any questions about my pricing, my readings, whatever, life coaching sessions, spells. And I hope you guys have a good night. Bye-bye.